Hi, welcome back to the show. Last week, Robin Miller lost his Champ Car website job because he criticized the series and said they were short on entries. The series honcho, Kevin Kalkoven, said there would be announcements this week at the Big Laguna Seca test that would address all that. Robin's on the phone. Miller, are you eating crow this week?
No, Dave, I'm not eating crow. I think if you were at the test, I will say that Speed was the only national representative there other than John Orovitz from Speed Sport News, Dave Phillips from Racer. There was no USA Today, no ESPN, and thankfully there wasn't because, you know, what we got? We got Zolt Baumgartner as a test driver. We got the official Mazda, the official car, which they're going to give some people in the front office a car. We had a new paint scheme for a team, and we had some guy named Tristan being named as the second PKV driver. Not exactly earth-shattering stuff that we were promised.
So your opinion about the welfare of the season? I'm reading 17 to 18 cars, no problem in Las Vegas. You see it that way? You count it that way?
Well, if Jerry Forsythe runs a second car or Cal Cohen runs a third or minority because, Gentilozzi and Dan Pettit of Roo Sports are only going to run one car, they claim. So they said he'd be thrilled to have 18 cars.
Catherine Legg going to have a ride or not?
She has a contract. So far, she hasn't had she has not been confirmed anywhere. So I think she's going to have, but I wouldn't bet on it.
Enough on that story. What else is going on in open wheel racing? I hear there's a big buzz about something.
Well, but you're funny. Brian Barnhart has been the president and COO of the IRL since 2004, and they're in the process of moving him aside as COO. He's still going to be president of racing competition, and he's still going to run the races and be the chief steward. But he is the first. I talked to him earlier this evening. He's the first to admit he doesn't have any background in sales and marketing, and he's plenty busy enough running the racing side of things. And I think maybe he probably is like everybody else. I think he was probably stunned when he became the COO because obviously you think about him in a racing capacity. He came from the racing background. So what they're looking at is replacing Barnhart with somebody that's got some business savvy and a nice business acumen. And I think right now the story is that Tony George is going after Eddie Gossage, which is interesting because
Eddie Gossage, the head man at Texas Motor Speedway, who on this show last year said he had some real problems with the way they run the IRL.
Exactly. And Bruton Smith paid him a lot of money and given him a lot of freedom, and I think it might be a long shot, but if you know Gossage pretty well, and I mean his ego's as big as Texas. We know that, and this would be a chance for him to come in and save the Indy Racing League, find him a title sponsor. They could probably build a statue next to Ray Haroon out in front of the speedway, and he'd be pretty happy. But
just stop with that.
In all seriousness,
cruel.
He is a good. He does know he is a good promoter, and he's a good marketing man, and that's what the IRL needs.
He turned down the NHL. Give me odds that he will accept, and I guess we're not supposed to call it the IRL now, that he will accept the IndyCar job.
I would say long shot because I think he's been pretty loyal to Bruton Smith. His wife's from Texas. I think he enjoys, doing what he's doing. But I would say it's 30-70 that he takes it just because of what I said. I said a chance to come to Indianapolis and find the IRL a real sponsor and maybe find some sponsors for the teams. I think that they would be happy. He'd be happy maybe trying to do that.
Save IndyCar, put it back on the map. That'd be a good thing. Eddie, go for it. All
exactly.
Right,
that'd be on his resume when he applied for You're My Job.
Ooh, don't get that close to home. All right, Miller, we appreciate it as always. Robin Miller.